Peace.
Peace.
This is Joshua Miller Law, Mr. PhD. You're just now entering the cipher called Teal2reel360. KYs.
Peace, God.
Bring that beat in, kid.
Indeed.
Peace.
Yeah. What's going on, party people? Welcome to the Teal2reel360 show. Let's get it in. We do the knowledge of wisdom so you can understand. Teal2reel360 shows in full command. We changing the game for how it all was taught. From bondage to freedom to an independent thought. Yo, the show is here to bring about a change for real. To lighten everyone so we all know the deal. 360 degrees is a fact. We created the show to give our love back to our communities so we can know what's going on and give them the support from knowledge to born. So if you're ready to learn, then it's time to go. Sit back and relax and enjoy your show. Peace.
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 This is Joshua Miller.
Peace to Allah's mighty 5% nation of gods and earth, to all the human families of the planet Earth. I be DJ KY's Allah, aka Kato, the black superhero, giving you a high salute of love, peace, and happiness. Welcome to the Teal2reel360 show. We got another dynamic episode to you. So sit back, relax, and take notes because it's all about the Southern soul today, y'all. So none other, let me bring on my co-host with the most, none other than my brother. Y'all know who he is, Mr. PhD, but we gonna rock it out like this.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Sure enough.
But who am I?
Joshua Miller Law.
Who am I?
Joshua Miller Law.
I can't hear you.
Joshua Miller Law, Mr. PhD.
Peace, Almighty. What's good?
Man, everything is good. Peace to Allah's 5%. This is how we do it. This a double header. You don't see too many people is gonna rock two shows in one night and both be epic. You understand what I'm saying?
That's it.
When it comes down to Teal2reel360, ain't no trash over here. We make it happen. 2 in 1 night, double header, just like the New York Yankees, baby. You know what I'm saying? But ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have a trip with a fantastic individual. He's gonna take us on a journey with Southern Soul tonight, Mr. E.S. Brown himself. So, ladies and gentlemen, get your hands together and let's get it popping.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
The man is here.
Yes.
The man is here.
How y'all doing, man?
We good. How you doing?
Man, I appreciate y'all having me on, bro. For real.
Hey, bro. I tell you, we've been through all types of struggles to get this here together for the night. Jumped over hell and high water, swam through the floods, wrestled alligators, made sure everything was gonna work tonight.
Right. But we here now, man. So thank God, man.
We here,
thank
baby.
God, man. I just appreciate the opportunity, to let people know what I'm doing out here, man. So I appreciate you guys, man.
We appreciate you likewise, for sure.
For sure, like, let's get everything together and make sure that people know exactly what's going on with Mr. E.S. Brown tonight. So introduce yourself to our followers and listeners so they can get a little snippet before we get deep into this interview.
Well, it's E.S. Brown, ladies and gentlemen, Baton Rouge, Louisiana in the building, just to give you a little background, I'm a producer and I started out years ago producing, a lot of the rappers in the area. I'm sure as a lot of people may know who's in the rap game. We have a lot of pretty famous rappers from Baton Rouge. So, that's where my career started. But last couple of years, I started dabbling in the Southern Soul thing, and man, I'm really enjoying myself. I mean, I've always heard the music, but when you're a rap artist and a rap producer, you just pretty much just stick with the rap music,
Right.
But, going to family functions and stuff like that, I would always hear the music. I liked it. I mean, who don't, so.
Right.
As I got a little older, I say, man, I'm gonna start dabbling in something different, you know, trying to stay in my own little lane though, you know.
Mhm.
And man, I'm having a whole lot of fun doing this too. I tell you,
Good.
You know,
I'm really, really having fun.
you know, when you talk about Louisiana, you talk about like Zydeco, Bounce, and
Sir,
Southern
yes, sir.
Soul. So is any of that Zydeco Bounce infused in your music?
Most definitely, man. That's why, you know, I take my hat off to Southern Soul, true Southern, that true, you know, that signature sound. I love it, man. But you know, I think I'm doing something slightly different. You know, I'm definitely feeding off of that because I love the music.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, most definitely, I think some of the Louisiana, you know, the way we kind of do things, it's definitely infused in that, no doubt about it. The
And
Zydeco, you know, definitely the Zydeco. I actually have a song that I put out. It was like one of my first songs a couple years ago, and it was definitely on that Zydeco feel, you know. So that was like kind of broke me in here, you know.
right now, I was going to ask you, what was your first song in Southern Soul, and what was it about Southern Soul to make you want to say, "I want to be in this genre"? Since you was a hip hop producer.
Well, actually, man, to keep it real, I kind of stumbled into it
Mm-hmm.
because another guy that I knew from, he was a rapper at one time, and he had already crossed into Southern Soul. So he kind of hollered at me a few years ago, say 2.5 years ago, and he was like, man, you ought to get into, you know, and that's how I kind of fell into it. And being a songwriter, I was just actually just writing the songs and doing the beats.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, a few people that I trust kept telling me, man, you know, you're doing your thing. Won't you kind of, instead of letting someone else do it, won't you do it? You know, and that's how I kind of did it. And the first song was, it was called Come Home Early.
Right.
And it was basically about this guy, you know, he's actually out cheating on his wife or girlfriend, right?
Uh-huh.
But at the same time, she's at home cheating on him. And it's like, oh, but if I come home early and catch him though, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he doing wrong too, you know? So it's kind of a crazy little song, and it kind of caught on and you know, I mean, it didn't blow up, but it kind of, you know, made a few people eyes open a little bit, and it's like, man, you ought to do it more. So that's kind of how I really got into it.
Now, when it comes down to Southern Soul, what is your inspiration behind the music that you do? Like, you got one song called "Pick Up the Phone."
Yeah, a lot of these songs are inspired by things that happened to me, or maybe a friend of mine or something like that, or somebody I know, you know. That's what I love about Southern Soul, man. It's like, it's so grown up, you know, and you could touch on topics that a lot of people don't really want to talk about, but it's really happening, you know.
Right.
Relationships, people. Every song doesn't have to be about, you know, a bad situation. It could be good too, you know. It could be like you met this woman and you really into her, you know. It doesn't always have to be about, you know, I'm cheating or I'm doing this or that, but those are fun to do though, because here's the truth of it. The whole truth of it is, man, it's really happening. And that's what I like about Southern Soul, is because they'll tell you some, you know, it'll keep it real with you, man. If you listen hard enough, you know.
Everybody got a story to tell, that's for sure.
Everybody have a story to tell. And when you're a songwriter and a musician, it makes it easy because you can always say, it's not me. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about, but actually, a lot of times you're talking about yourself. Though. I'm going on and keep it real with you. You know what I'm saying? And it can get you in trouble sometimes. Now, be careful. Don't be doing too much. But you gotta, you know how to use the metaphors. Don't tell all the way on yourself.
How do you see the changes now from being a producer back in the days during the rap era, and as you now producing in the Southern Soul area, and the differences that you notice between today's rap music now? Do you see any similarities and changes, or you see total distance?
Total distance. And the reason I say that is coming from the rap genre. But you know, man, like at the end of the day, you got to let everybody have their turn and do what they do. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
A lot of the rap music today, I'm not really feeling it because they don't really have any metaphors anymore. It seems like to me, the Southern Soul artists have more metaphors now. You know, they could talk around a subject real good. We all know what they're talking about, right? But it's like the rappers today, not all of them, man. I love the beats and stuff. I really do, you know. But I'm not feeling the rappers. No, I don't put those two together. Now, I've heard a few rappers that are kind of doing some Southern Soul type feels and stuff. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling it. Yeah. So I hope I answered your question. Fuse the two together, maybe I'm feeling some of it, but most of it, no. I think they're totally separate, and I don't. I think my beats may kind of, you know, sometimes feel a little hip hop, but
yeah.
Well,
you know. I see the Southern Soul hip hop era more with. I'm more in touch with it with a lot of the female artists that are doing
exactly
because it's different. It's really different in how they're bringing it versus what I would hear with some other men. Now I got my Bad News. He's good. That's my dude. But
yeah, no doubt.
I feel more inclined like when I hear Ice Dog,
right?
You know, the Caribou and
the coffee,
my black coffee, no sugar, no cream. They bring it. They bring it home.
I think the female rappers, I agree with you, man. I'm gonna have to agree with you. In the Southern Soul, they seem like they're doing, you know, more what I want to hear anyway.
Right.
So I think I agree with you. I think I see something there. You know, I was telling someone a while ago, you know, I don't think the original Southern Soul will ever go anywhere. Okay. I think it's telling someone a while ago, you know, I don't think the original Southern Soul will.
Where's that echo coming from?
I don't know. But go ahead.
I don't think it's going anywhere, but I do see where, you know, the younger crowd, because younger people are really getting into Southern Soul. And I, you know, they're going to have their little thing too. You know, it's still going to be Southern Soul if you know, maybe the way the beats are going, but they're doing their own little thing. And I definitely see a lane for that. So it is what it is. There's room, you know, out here. You know? So if they can find a lane and create something new around Southern Soul, I mean, so many different artists have done that already in different music genres. You know, they had soul and neo soul, then all these different types of things, you know. So it can have little, you know, branches, I believe, you know, and I think we're going to see that more and more as these younger people. And when I say young, I'm talking, you know, in their 20s, early 30s, you know, are really starting to, a lot of them I'm seeing they're starting to get away from the rap scene more and going toward the Southern Soul scene. So I think it's going to be interesting here in the future.
Right.
Well, how do you feel about like with your songs like Pick Up the Phone, Change My Mind? It uses more of a love, you know what I'm saying, in your music. Is that the direction that you wanted to go in when you started into Southern Soul? To make sure that you spoke about the love and not just the cheating.
Exactly, man. Because at the end of the day, I think I'm a songwriter, you know, and I think songwriters have to, you know, I think most songwriters have a whole lot of different views and point of views on how they see life, you know, and me being, you know, who I am, that's me. That's what I feel on, you know, even if, sometimes some of my songs, I might be, you know, cheating in the song, not me personally, somebody else who I'm talking about in the song. Not me. I'm just saying I might be talking about somebody. You feeling me? But I might switch it up and show you that maybe they're not as bad as you thought they were in the beginning of the song. Some people ain't gonna buy that at all. I got myself out of that as best I could, right?
Yeah,
there.
I'm noticing.
I ain't did too much right there. You know what I'm trying to say, man. It's all about having fun, bro. Like I say, you know, you can talk too much sometimes. Sometimes I might just make a song where I don't say nothing.
Hey, as they say, anything can happen.
Anything, man. It's fun. It's true. A lot of it. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of times you add little stuff to a song to make it a song. You know, it might not necessarily be all true.
Right.
But I think some of your best songs come from real life experiences. And it may not be you personally, though. I'm saying it could be your best friend. You were trying to help him, though.
Yeah.
So Miss Kimberly told me you can't clean that up.
I know. That's why I'm gonna stop right now. I'm done. You right.
Hey, do you have pick up the phone queued up?
Pick up the phone. Let's get it. Let me get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. E.S. Brown.
Every man know what I'm talking about right here.
All right.
Pick up the phone.
Oh, that phone a gangster.
Thank you.
Won't pick up this.
I know that I deserve the way you're treating me, girl. I've been a bad boy. I gotta take my lead. When I'm talking to you, baby, not hearing your sweet voice is making me sick. Felt like I had COVID. I know that I did wrong, but please try to understand that I'm just a man that made a mistake. And if you give me one more chance to prove my love to you, there'll be no more heartbreak. Girl, do me a favor and please pick up the phone. Give me a second, give me a second. I know that I did wrong. I let the speaking come along. I'm a brand new man. All night in the street, the infidelity, I hit the doghouse, and I wanna get out. Girl, you hold the key, so please come and rescue me, so we can talk about how we gon' work it out. I know you're mad with me, I'm mad at me too, but there's nothing in the world that I wouldn't do for you. I never meant to cause you any heartbreak or pain. So please pick up the phone, girl. Let me try to explain. Please pick up the phone, baby. Give me a second, Jay. Give me a second, Jay. I know that I did wrong. I let the speaking link alone. I'm a brand new man. I'm a brand new man. That girl just will not pick up this phone. Yeah, look at me. I know you're upset. I know you are. And you have every right to be. But look now. Why don't you just pick up the phone so you can at least hear my side of the story? Because everything they told you wasn't right. You know, they wasn't telling you the whole thing. They just don't want to see us together.
That's what it is. That's always what it is.
That's always.
Always. They don't want to see us together. I mean, that's what I think. Boy, that phone a gangster when they don't answer. I'm a brand new man. I'm a brand new man. Yeah, that's a fun song. I had fun.
Yes, that right there. Should definitely be played in heavy rotation.
Man, I appreciate that, man. I really
Please pick up the phone.
Please pick up the phone. I think a lot of men, we've been there, man. They might not want it, but that phone is something, boy, when they don't answer that phone.
Yeah, sometimes
That phone will get your mind right, won't it?
Especially when you're behind bars and got to call collect.
It really gonna get your mind right there. Oh, you gonna be mad as I don't know what. But like I say, yeah, pick up the phone, man. I thought that was a cool little concept. I ran with it. You know?
Peace. I want to give a shout out to the world famous Supreme Team. Thanks for checking out our show. Appreciate you, big brothers. You know what I'm saying? Much love and respect to y'all, man. But like I said, like that song alone, that's interesting. And then you got another one called, oh my goodness, it's just y'all imagination. I know where that came from. Ice Dolls in the building.
Oh.
Ice Dolls in the building. I know where that came from. But yeah, you got one that called Change My Mind.
Oh yeah, man. I'm sure a lot of men could talk about that one too, you know.
Yes, definitely. Is that like almost a cover for Tyrone Davis? Or
I definitely got the idea from there, no doubt about it, man. I always liked that song. And so, I kind of, when I did the beat, I'm like, man, I'm gonna try to do me a little something with that,
Right.
So yeah, most definitely.
Tyrone Davis is a Southern soul icon, blues icon in the game. And when I saw the song, I just knew it was the whole cover. I just knew it was the whole cover. Because, growing up on Tyrone Davis and Changed My Mind, and I reached the turning point.
Yeah. Those kind of songs, I always like those old songs, man. My mom would listen to that stuff, man. And, even though I was into the rap stuff, I could still hear those melodies and, the way they did their thing, Right. And I always thought it was kind of tight, So Tyrone Davis, man, yeah, come on, that's the man.
Yeah, that's definitely the man.
So, definitely I got the idea from that song, no doubt about it.
All right. Also, too, Mr. ES, I want to give a shout out to Howard Harris and Miss Gender Harris. They for checking in on your show, wanted to check you out tonight.
Thank you so much.
And that's a beautiful thing when you see artists come in and check in.
No doubt, man. That's real. Love. Appreciate it.
Want to make sure that everybody tunes in to the Real 360 show, letting them know that we have the best of the best in the building. We got Mr. E.S. Brown with us tonight. Hey, K,
sir.
Let's check out that Change My Mind. I think I done changed my mind. Yeah, man, you should have held out a little longer. She looking good now, boy. You should have. It's too late though.
Too late.
Too late. Dollar late, baby.
Hey, one day it's better late than never.
Yeah.
It's so good to see you, girl. Reminiscing about the good times, me and you against the world. But the streets ain't your girlfriend. That would make me leave you alone. But you're looking so good tonight that you made me wanna take it home. She make me wanna change my mind. Girl, let's try it one more time. She make me wanna change my mind. Ooh, she looking so damn fine. Smell so good as you do. With your sweet perfume. Turn every day in the building, Lord. We can walk in the walk. she was so damn fine. Make me wanna change my mind. She make me wanna change my mind. She make me wanna change my mind. Oh, I wanna change my mind. I can't believe that I let you go. I must have failed and broke my head. 'Cause the way you look tonight, baby, I should have chose you instead. She make me wanna change my mind. Girl, let's try it one more time. She make me wanna change my mind. Ooh, she make me so damn fine. He is protection.
Oh man, thank y'all so much, man. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, it's all good right there.
Appreciate it, bro.
So when you
Really.
was coming up, what was some of your influences in the music game when you was coming up?
Teddy Riley, Babyface. You know, I also do a lot of R&B, man. You know, I did a lot of R&B in the past, and I'm gonna tell you, man, the reason I'm probably even doing this right now, because my daughter was a musician and she was a really, really good singer, man. It's like she was doing a lot of good music and she was taken away from me, man, at 20 years old. And it's like I feel like I just wanna, you know, that song kind of put me in a vibe though. But you know, it's like I think that's the reason I still do this, man. But a lot of artists was like R&B artists, you know. And of course, like I said, I heard the Southern Soul, the Johnny Taylor stuff, all of that. Of course, when we would go to, you know, Christmas and anything where the older folks were, you know. So, you know, I'm gonna say all of that, man. You know, I think everything is like in a gumbo with me. You know, Louisiana gumbo. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For real.
Right.
So
Now, when it comes down to like you saying the mark that you leaving on music, it's not just Southern soul, hip hop, it's R&B. You're very versatile when it comes down to your production, and your sound is unique. So when it comes down to your music, what inspires you to do what song, what kind of song? Because like I said, you flow within all three genres.
well, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I never really sat down when I create a beat or whatever and say, oh, it's gonna be this kind of song, you know. I really don't. I start just whatever happened. That's why I scrap a lot of stuff, man. I mean, if you saw how many songs I actually write, you know what I mean? So it's like I write whatever I'm feeling. And it could come from anywhere, man. It could come from something someone said. It could come from something I dealt with myself. It could come from something I saw. It just never know, man. At 2:30 in the morning, if it hits you, you know what I mean? I always say, at least go get it out. And then a lot of times I can see where it's going, and that's what inspires me to write a certain type of song. A lot of songs I write people never hear because, well, some people hear them, you know, the people I know that are in the R&B and stuff like that. But I don't, you know, really try to push that too much in the Southern Soul area. I worked with a few artists that I think are really R&B. They've dabbled in Southern Soul, but we're doing some things that are, you know, for the R&B because they're true R&B artists at heart. So, and I enjoy R&B. So I just enjoy making beats and making music and writing songs, you know. All of them are not good. I mean, if all of them were good, you know, that'll be a different thing. So like I said, I think most musicians, artists, producers, I think if you sit down and just, you know, try to write a certain song, for me, that doesn't work for me. I just have to do whatever happens. And that's why I write so many different songs. Now, if I do a song and I think a beat and I think, oh, well, this could probably fit in soul music, those are the ones I'll, you know, show. in this genre. But I write a lot of different songs, a lot of different, all types of music, man. Art, pop. I've even done a lot of pop music, So,
Now, what is your most memorable moment in music? Period.
um, memorable moment in music. Man, I've had a few. Um, I haven't had my most memorable moment in Southern Soul yet. So I'm gonna tell you in hip hop, in the hip hop, I took the stage with Master P and a lot of other Snoop, back in the day. So that's what I'll tell you. That was my most memorable.
Okay. So how was that like being on stage with Snoop and P? Is that when Snoop was in No Limit?
Exactly. Here in Baton Rouge, they were all living here in Baton Rouge. And we had a big show. It was we had a family day at the park, man, and it was like, ooh, man, 100,000 people there. It was this huge thing, and it had lots of different artists there. Southern soul artists, I want to say, from Baton Rouge, Jackie Neal, she was there. We were, chilling out. I've been knowing her for a long time and never really knew she was into Southern soul until we got a little older, So it's amazing how that happened because I was into rap music, But so yeah, it was a big show, man, and that was my most memorable, no doubt about it, because it was just a sea of people out there,
And when you talk about being on stage and you seeing a sea of people, how is that reaction when you out there and you looking around and you seeing a sea of people just vibing on your music?
Oh man, it's a great feeling, Like I said, it didn't hurt. We were in Baton Rouge too, so we had a pretty big following, a lot of the artists that I was working with. So it was awesome, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hope to do something in Southern Soul. I'm actually gonna start booking some shows. I'm gonna, promote some shows myself. And I plan to get some good artists, man, some pretty well-known Southern Soul artists. So this is not to step on anyone's shoes, but E.S. Brown is definitely going to be out here promoting Southern Soul here. It's something I've been talking about since I actually got into the game. And COVID kind of held me back. I'm not going to lie, man. I saw, another young lady from Baton Rouge who was a Southern Soul artist, Portia. She and I did some stuff together. She actually died from COVID,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And she used to be in my studio. We were working on some stuff. So, it hurt me, man. So, I kind of let COVID play itself out. Not saying it's all the way played out, but I feel like I move a little bit right now. So, look for that. It's definitely coming. I'm gonna start promoting some shows, man, some Southern Soul shows, because I want to get some of that money too.
Hey, now during the COVID situation, how much music did you stack up during that period?
Wow, man, look, that was like, I really can't even count the songs, man. Hold on a second. Another thing I do is, like, a lot of times I'll write beats. Today I might write, this week I might write I might make 5, 6, 7 beats, but I keep moving, and I may go back to those beats 2 months from now and be like, damn, that was, I need to do something with this. So a lot of times that's why I like to just let my, imagination go and just do whatever, I don't think about it too much and just keep moving. And then I'll go back and listen, and I'll be like, was I tripping or was I not tripping? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes, we do stuff and we be tripping, man, as producers, musicians. You be like, you think it's hot tonight, but when you go back and listen to it next week, you be like, oh my God, I'm not gonna let nobody hear that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So a lot of times you go back doing, you be like, wow, bro, this is hot. What was I not hearing at the time when I did this beat? So that's how it goes for me,
Right. Now, when did you start actually being a music producer?
Years ago, man, like I said, here in Baton Rouge. I was here, and I met this guy from New York, and he was rapping and stuff, man. And I always had musical talent. My family, my mom was a musician. I played instruments. I've always played instruments, and so they were like rapping and stuff. And I was feeling it, man. And I was like, okay. And I had this little keyboard, so I started doing little beats on it, and that's where it really started. And got away from the church stuff, and started doing more in the blues stuff, and started doing more of the rap stuff. We were starting to get into the rap. This is like the 90s,
Right.
So that's what really got me and started producing. Then there was this label, pretty well-known rapper from Baton Rouge, hooked me up, signed me to his label. I started doing beats for him, and it kind of just ran from there. And, then I started doing beats for a lot of people and came up with my own label and had my own rappers and everything. Man, we were going crazy,
Right.
And it was on out here, like I said, you had no limits. You had, Trill here, everybody, it was a hot little bed right at the moment,
Right.
So that's what got me on. And that's where I met, like I said, that's where I actually met the guy who years later called me up and said, hey, man, you ought to start getting into Southern Soul. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how it actually all transpired, man. It was fun, man. It was cool how it actually happened, And now I'm glad I'm here.
Now with Southern Soul, have you thought about collaborating with any other artists that go, with your music, as far as like singing with them and stuff like that?
Well, actually, I have already. I've done. There's an artist named James Red. We've done a song together. I've done a song with another artist, King Fred, and Miss Keita, and a few people. Yeah, but I plan to do more of that though.
Now, you had talked about promoting shows and getting into the promotion side. How much time will it be before you start booking your own shows and having artists come into Baton Rouge, or you setting up shows for them?
I'm planning on something in April right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna start promoting it here very, very shortly. I'm just trying to get my main acts together and confirm. But yeah, I'm actually trying to do something as soon as April.
And so that'll be Southern Soul, Zydeco.
Oh, it's gonna be strictly Southern Soul, Zydeco. Yeah, blues. It's gonna be Southern Soul, Zydeco.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And I love the blues, by the way. The traditional blues. I love that too.
Oh yeah.
Right. With it's gonna be in Baton Rouge, or it's gonna be.
Yeah, this is gonna be in Baton Rouge. I'm gonna actually start it off a little small, in a club. It's gonna be about 600-700 capacity. And I'm starting like that. I just want to get my feet wet, man, and see, what's happening with it. And that's another reason why I wanted it here in Baton Rouge, because I know it's gonna be packed.
Right. Now,
Yeah.
with my brother K, he's the DJ, and I had to coerce him into Southern Soul.
Hey, look, man, I know how it is,
Being from New York, we don't get it all the time, but my family being from the SIP, I was used to always listening to it. So I was
Right.
having a conversation with him, and it was like, he's like, Southern Soul, da da da. And then I let him hear a couple of songs. It was like, boom, he's
You
on
gotta
it.
feel it. When they come on, man, you're gonna feel it.
Yeah,
You're gonna feel it, man.
So you'll
that's what
be in at the United Trail Ride with the 101 Backwoods on Backwood Riders United Trail Ride, April 15th.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, you
That's
locked
my
in.
plan. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I plan to be, in the building.
Man,
I plan on, man, hopefully I can, spread my wings a little bit more now. I'm trying to, so I'm open to doing a lot of things now. So, anybody out there listening, you know what's happening. Holler at me. I'm ready.
Who were some of the groups you produced?
As far as rappers or?
Yeah.
Okay. I produced, there was an artist for Trill that I produced. His name was Big Head the Dome Doctor. I actually produced on 2 of his albums. I produced B-Lo for Ballin' for Billions album. That was an album with Juvenile and Lil Boosie, and I was on an album with ESG out of Texas. Man, I've been around producing rappers for a long time, and a lot of them not as well known as those I just mentioned. But the rap game is a whole different game, man. You get money in the rap game. A lot of money.
Now
So,
you have one more song that I wanted to talk to you about, Mr. PS, and that's The Thing She Do.
Oh yeah.
What is that thing that she do?
Hey, everybody know. Everybody woman got that thing she do that make you do what you do. You know what I'm saying? I can't put my finger on it, but it's that little thing, man. It's that thing. It got me, baby. You know what I'm saying? I will be home every night. You ain't got to worry about me. I don't need no side piece. I don't need nothing. I'm coming home. That's that thing she do to bring you to the house, baby.
That thing she do brings you to the house.
When you get off, you be going straight home. Man, I'm going home. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that song is about. That's what that song is about. That thing she do.
That thing she do, huh?
Yeah, I should have put it back out on February 14th because a lot of people know what I'm talking about. But it can work for the women too. They can say that thing he do if they want to. But with me, it's that thing she do. That thing she do. You know that thing when we making love. That thing. Yeah. It's a gangster, bro.
It's a gangster.
Ooh, a whole gangster. I ain't bullshitting. I keep it a whole buck with you. I know y'all tripping out there. They have to do it way down south. Be talking crazy, but bro, I be keeping it real, man. That thing she do, bro. I'm going home, bro. Man, come hang out now, bro. I gotta go. I gotta go. That's why King George said he can't stay too long. He knew that thing she did to him. He can't stay nowhere. He had to go. He had to go, bro. Simple as that, bro. Y'all laughing, but you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
I'm looking at the comments over here. Taking souls.
Taking souls, huh?
What is that? What is that at the bottom? What's that Kimberly put up? That's turtle?
Look like a turtle.
Hey, bro. I can't tell you what it is. If you don't know what it is, then I don't know what to tell you, bro.
It's your
man. See, I'm doing too much here tonight, bro. I'm gonna be all kind of trouble, bro. See, y'all done pulled me out, man. Y'all done drugged me out here, bro.
Hey, yo,
yeah, bro.
Play that.
Here we go, right here on the Real 360 with our man E.S. Brown talking about that thing she do.
Yes. Oh, you already know it's serious. Yeah.
I'm speeding down the highway. I'm in a rush, y'all to see my boo. Say she has some freaky things in store, some freaky things that staying out all night long. I'm going home to be with my queen. She washed my clothes off, and she cooked and keep the house so clean. She has her own bank account, and in the bed she's the girl of my dreams. I love the way she do that thing she do when we're making love. Ooh, I love the way she do that thing she do when we're making love. Sweet, sweet, I love the way she do. I love that thing she do when we're making love. Ooh, I love the way she do. I love that thing she do when we're making love. Sweet, sweet love. Whipped cream, strawberries, and her favorite bottle of wine. Rose petals on the bed, y'all. And once I'm in, I'ma take my time. I love the way she do that thing she do when we're making love. Ooh, I love the way she do that thing she do when we're making love. Sweet, sweet love. ES Productions. I love it. Yes. I love it.
Woo!
That's
That's
I
ain't
love
shit.
it.
decent.
I
Love
Okay.
love
it. Yeah, man. I enjoyed making that one too.
Yeah.
Oh, that one got me in good standing. I was good in that one, boy. Oh, yeah, man. I was like, you the man. A lot of them songs get me in trouble, but that one helped me, bro. I'm
that
just
would help
playing,
you
man.
out.
They all fun, man. No, for real though, that one helped me out, bro. For real.
Uh, let's
Nah.
let's talk about the business side of Mr. E.S. Brown, right?
Okay.
You write and produce all your music.
Yes, sir.
So you get all of your publishing, all your royalties, everything comes to you. You don't have to split with no one.
That's correct.
That's a hell of a deal right there.
Man, that's the
That's
best deal they had out there, bro. So I say I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? But no, man, it's fun, bro. You know, I've actually done some beats and, the artists wrote some of their own stuff, and of
right.
course they get their credits for that. But a lot of times I write the whole songs, but man, I show love to artists who work with me, even if I write the song, man.
Mhm.
I give them percentages that I'm sure no one in the business would, because I look at it like this here. I'm trying to get out there, you're trying to get out there, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So if I, write a song and you're gonna actually help uh promote it too, and everything, we're in it together, you know what I mean?
Right.
So any artist that I've ever worked with that I wrote their song and I did the beat, produced it, record, whatever, I guarantee you, they were like, man, wow, I can't believe you gave me that percentage, because I look at it like we were in it together.
Mhm.
So, back in the game, in the rap game, you couldn't always do that, man, because it was so scandalous. You know what I'm saying? So you had to be careful on, everything had to be, the way the labels wanted it. But, I'm my own label. So, ES Production is a self-contained unit. I have my own finance and I have my own studio. I have everything I need, so uh, it's a good feeling to be able to do it that way, man. No doubt about it.
Now, being an independent artist, and like you said, you everything that you do, you finance and have everything else going. Um, how many or how is it that you pull back individuals and you bring them along on your journey and teach them about the music business?
Man, to me, that's so important because, like I said, I've been around people. I've been fortunate, bro. And like I say, I tell a lot of people, man. I've seen people. They'll tell me what they've done and what they've accomplished, and this and that and that and this, and that's great. But my big question is, what did you do to help someone else, though? And until you've done that, man, you really haven't done anything. Because I think God put us here to help people, man, help each other, And I'm gonna tell you, nothing feels better to me than when you get with an artist who has a lot of talent, but they have no resources, right? They have no studio, they don't know nothing about a studio, but you help them learn about it and be able to move forward, even if it's not with you necessarily, right? But you give them the tools it take to move forward and learn about it. And that way, when they get into the next situation, they kind of know a little bit more and they can handle their business better.
Right.
Than getting some of these deals that they were giving out here to the rappers back in the day. And some of these R&B singers that everybody thought was rich, but they really weren't.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
So giving back is awesome.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, good.
You have the trail ride coming up in April. What other shows that you have that individuals can come out and see you perform?
Well, like I said, man, believe it or not, I've only done 3 shows since I've been in Southern Soul. And I probably would have I turned a few down during COVID. So really this show that you're talking about, the trail ride, and the show that I'm going to do late April in Baton Rouge are the only 2 that I have going. Well, no, I'm going to be in Mississippi March 18th. I'm going to be in Greenwood, Mississippi on March 18th.
That's a good place right there.
Huh?
That's a nice place right there, Greenwood, Mississippi.
I've never been there, but I'm about to find out.
Oh man, it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful
yes,
place. Right,
yes,
Kay?
Right, huh?
No,
I didn't catch
picking that K out because Greenwood is where a lot of my family is from. So I pick it.
Oh, awesome, bro. Awesome, man. Well, I'm going to be there, bro. March 18th.
March 18th.
March 18th. Okay.
Greenwood, Mississippi, come out. Show the love.
Yeah. I'm actually I'm going to a birthday party for another artist that I work with. And I'm gonna promote her a little bit on that, man, because she's awesome, Miss Keita. And she's got her new release coming out that night. And of course, I'm going to perform a few songs along with her. And, if we're going to see what happens, man. I can just tell you it's going to be something to see.
I trust and believe that Greenwood is going to show up for you. And they're going to show so much love, you ain't going to want to leave. I'm telling you.
I might just move on down there. No, I don't think I'm going to do that. But you never know, man. I'm just looking to get out there, man, and meet a lot of people, man, meet other artists.
It depends on that thing she do.
That thing she do. Man. Oh, man, by the time I leave, because I was about to say, I leave Greenwood, I might have a whole nother song. I'm just playing, y'all. That's a joke, but never know.
He might change his mind.
I might change my mind. Then later on, like, please pick up that phone.
Pick up that phone.
Man, y'all wild, bro. That's what's up. But that's what's up, though, bro. I appreciate the love, man. I really do, bro. I've had some fun here today.
Tell the people where they could get your music, Mr. ES, before we get ready to channel out of here.
Man, I'm on every digital outlet there is out there, man. Some of them I never even heard of. I never heard of Deezer or none of them,
Yeah.
But they say I'm on Deezer. They say I'm on, of course, Spotify, Auto-Tune, all of that good stuff, man. It's actually about 15 or so out there that you know, outlets out there. But of course, I'm on all of the well-known ones. You can get my music. It's out there right now. I'm going to thank you in advance if you go and listen or buy it. I appreciate it. And get ready because I'm coming. E.S. Brown.
That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the end of the show. But we want to thank our guests for coming on. And I'm going to kick it off over here to my big brother, K.Y.
Absolutely, absolutely. Brother E.S. Brown, we want you to know again, you don't have a home away from home. You got a home right here on the Real 360 show. We appreciate you coming on and sharing a few minutes of your time with us and embracing us with your story and journey into the world of Southern Soul. At any time, if there's anything we can do, anything for you, don't hesitate to call on us, and we'll do our best to get out there and help.
Appreciate that, man. Same here, man.
So before we go, if there's anybody you want to give a shout out to at this time, you're more than welcome.
Man, I want to give a shout out to Miss Keita. Oh man, you put me on the spot right there, man. Just everybody in the Southern Soul, you know who you are. The people who are out there trying to help me get on. Just thank you. You know who you are. I appreciate it.
All right. With that, we're going to close out our show. We're going to pull everybody out to the background while I dismiss ourselves here. Ladies and gentlemen, to the man, women, and child, to the mighty 5% nation, the gods and earths, to all the human families of the planet Earth, I am DJ K.Y.Allah, a.k.a. Kato, the black superhero. And on behalf of my brother in God, my co-host was the most, Mr. Joshua Allah, Mr. PhD, we say peace. And we will see you next time. All right? Enjoy.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we starting to come to the end of the show. Right now, I want to take the time out and thank our guests for coming on. Also, too, we want to make sure that y'all listening and subscribing and tell a friend and keep sharing because we're going to keep bringing y'all the real content. You know what I mean? So, DJ K-Wise, my brother, take us up out of here, son. Peace.
I want to give a big shout out to the nation of gods and earths, to all the human families of the planet Earth. I say peace. But to our subscribers, those who continue to watch and listen to the show each and every time we come on, I give a big shout out of love, peace, and happiness to you. To peace, the man, woman, and child of the you and I verse. It's time for us to disperse. We bring the best, not the worst. We thank you once again for tuning in to the Real 360. Bring a friend to hit that like and subscribe so we continue to grow to bring more knowledge and wisdom to you. Upon our show, you make it possible for us to do what we do. Now it's time I end it just the way I bring it.